get straight into it. I'm not gonna spend too much more of your time. But you want to get straight into it. Third round, we all know JC won. We all know JC won. We all know that Swamp choked in the third. And all JC had to do was be clean in the third, and he was. So JC won the third. Ain't nothing to really talk about. I do gotta talk about. JC did have the whole you look death in the face like Sandra Bland, RP Sandra Bland, who just anniversary of her passing, a murder a couple weeks ago. Then it had I lost a mother. I ain't took a loss since. I'm like, talk JC, talk that shit. All right, but let's get to the first round. I think it's consensus is, and for me personally, I had Swamp win first round. I don't know what the judges were watching. I had Swamp winning that first round. Not clear, but I felt like he did enough in that first round to win the first round. Yeah, JC's whole Boston scheme was dope. With Jay agitate him and the whole be Wiggins in the final. That was dope. Fire. But the thing about JC is, we all know he's a great punchliner. All that. But what he does great, Swamp doesn't do. But Swamp does everything that JC doesn't do. Swamp had performance. He had better delivery, in my opinion, flow. More moments within the battle. So you got a style clash shot to AJ. You don't want none. There was a styles clash. And in my opinion, Swamp just did a little bit more to win a battle rap. We all know JC can out-rap him, but this is battle rap. Alright? So, I think when Swamp went up there, talking about, when Swamp went up there talking about, I'm going to shoot you out your baby car, and then we're going to put your baby shoes in the rear view mirror. Like, okay. We on some shit. Swamp was on some shit today. Swamp was on one. The whole you're 4'9", I can't even bury you 6 foot of a 1 and 2. I know people like being nitpicky. Well, you're not burying them horizontal. It's funny, nigga. Stop being so nitpicky. God damn. Like, okay. That was funny. You was 4'9", I couldn't bury you 6 feet of a 1 and 2. Yeah, Swamp in the bayou. I'm in my natural habitat. That broke the building. Yeah, JC's gonna have to really be consistent all throughout the first round. I even liked how Swamp started with the whole right after Smack said we got Swizz on and JC. I'm like, how do you Sprite commercial JC? But it's like Swamp right out the gate. Went right up to Smack like, I'm gonna put respect on my name, Smack. I don't want no submitted it. I don't want none of that. Put respect on my name after this. I like how he created the tone for the battle and for his round. Like, once again, JC was dope. The scheming and all that intricate, but it wasn't enough for me. I had Swamp win that first round. Second round. This is where the debate is, I think, for most of us, okay? So, oh yeah, I did like that JC line. But you be talking, you playing with JC's name like Kenneth Copeland. Playing with JC's name like Kenneth Copeland. If you know, you know. Okay. But yeah. Swamp, once again, he was consistent throughout this whole round. I don't know if it was as good as the first. Probably wasn't. It wasn't as good as. It was right there. But yeah, Swamp in the second round. Talking about I'm gonna call my shooter up, then show you the phone. Like, look, your life is on the line. Like, that was so crazy. I like how he did it. And he had the guy show him the phone. That's how you do a jump in. You don't need as much you need to really do for a jump in. It was on time, great timing. With that, I get it sick. Flip your whole team like a foosball table. Like, that was fire.
Tony. Yeah, Tony, come on. Come on. Hey, Tony, what does a ghost say? Boo? Just check out. Take a seat.
fire. Then he talking about I'll dip through the yak and smoke something. Yeah, Yak Man Cigarettes is back again. Like he was on one. And then what's crazy is JC in the first round referenced Chris Webber. Swamp in the second round, all the way at the end, rebutted that. So yeah, it'd be another Detroit nigga, not knowing when to take a timeout like Chris Webber. Like it's like, how did he rebuttal that at the end? Like to have to be cognitive enough to remember that line, and then go through your material and like find a way to rhyme it at the end. Like yo, dope ending. Once again, just like the first, dope throughout the round, dope ending. And I'm like, yo, Swamp might be up too low. But then JC goes, and JC is just as dope. He does, you go from eyeball and white to seeing the Undertaker. You know, wrestling bars. Oh my shit. What? Woo. Then he talked about how the angle, like talking about trying to get with your cousin. That's okay. We all like girls. Just for him as relative. Like he didn't hold in on that angle too much. He just went in there. Like JC had bars in the second round. Crazy. And with that being said, I gave the second round to Swamp. I feel like once again going back to having all the intangibles with bars to performance to moments to your delivery, how you project, and your pacing, it just Swamp. I feel like did enough in that second round to win that round. So I know it's been scuttlebutt. I know you're like scuttlebutt. I'm I've been hanging around too many white folk, but I know it's been scuttlebutt about was Swamp robbed. A lot of people say Swamp was up 2-0 going to the third. If a choke in the third should not affect him winning the first 2 rounds. Now, I do not agree that's a robbery. Not a robbery. It might be attempted, but it's not a robbery. Not a robbery. Okay? Especially when it's a debatable battle. I remember tweeting right after the second round, a JC second round, I said, this is debatable. I would not want to be a judge after that second round. It took me to go back, even though the first watch I had Swamp. But it took me to go back, watch it again. I still have Swamp. But I'm not mad if somebody had JC in the second. Now, when you talking about JC won the first, I'm like, I don't know what you're watching. But I just think at a point to where they're like, oh, Swamp choked in the third. Boom. We just want to give him one of the rounds. Doesn't matter. And JC won. I'm not mad if people... I'm not... I can definitely see how people feel like Swamp was robbed. I don't think it was a robbery once again because it was a debatable battle. But in my opinion, Swamp should have went home with that 100K. No disrespect to JC. But I don't care about the choking at third. The first 2 rounds, he was up, in my opinion. I think, but that's on Swamp. You left room by doing that to now give the judge a reason to not have to really judge. Cause now they just be like, well, this battle's close, choked in third. Now you can say, oh, I have JC winning. So it's also on you, Swamp. I know it's a difficult task, battling every 2 weeks. I understand, especially you're battling JC, Fonz, Rum, and Shotgun Suge in like a month and a half span. Difficult for anybody, no matter who you are. I get that. But he still did not, in Smack Voice, complete the objective. If you would, in my opinion, I severely believe if Swamp was clean that third, Swamp went home with that money. But it is what it is. Swamp is a true champion. But shout out to JC with the 120K. Now, let's see who you get for Summer Madness or the next big card. It better be Verb, Lux, or Surf. If it's not one of 3, I do not want to see it. You hear me? And for Swamp, only sky's the limit for you. Shout out to whatever. I see Tay-Rock wants some smoke. Give him the smoke. Let's see what it is. But now on to somewhat of the most controversial battle of this card. My lord. Goods versus Easy to Blizzy. Now, I've legit have watched this battle so many times. So many times. I've had so many different feelings about this battle.